Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is November 2nd, 2021. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. So hopefully this one's short and quick and to the point. Mr. Perry is not getting it still. We're going to use the disclaimer, use allegedly. Nobody's been proven guilty in a court of law, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Warman makes me say that. Apply the but-for standard, but for Mr. Perry's stalking and harassment and witness tampering and coercion and all the crap he does that's weirdo, we wouldn't need to do this, would we? And the reasonable person standard, and we assert all civil rights. So, again, we're going to the TikTok girl with this guy. Mr. Perry does that to me every day, all the fucking time. He has no alibi to prove otherwise. He's gonna need it in our court. He doesn't seem to get things very quickly. 10 years, you're rejected, Mr. Perry. There's no date. There's no, whatever fantasies in your head is not in mine. You make all my skin crawl. You repulse me. You're a pest just like this guy. You're no different. You're not one bit different. You're the same. Get off your high horse. You have power, then go act like a normal dude. Otherwise, shut up about your power. If you have power, go find a woman that wants you. I don't. You make all my skin crawl. I moved twice. I uprooted my son. I started all over again in a whole new place. Spent all day packing my shit. Not easy to do. I didn't do it just once. I did it twice. I left Fabian. I like Fabian. Everybody knows about Fabian. You're a butt-in. That's all you are. Now, so I'm getting a little tired of other people trying to define me. So I sent out an email. I sent it, Mr. Powell, it was me who sent the email about what my intent is and what my motive is. You and nobody else speaks for me. I speak for me and nobody else. I have a 3.89 GPA, Mr. Powell. I'm in a criminal justice college. I've been taking criminal justice classes for a while. I was in politics all my life. I was raised in law enforcement. 3 generations of it. Don't speak for me again, Mr. Perry, Mr. Powell, David Robertson. None of you speak for me. I speak for me. I define who I am. I define what I am. I define my motives. No one else does. Mr. Perry keeps typing in my phone that he's hacked or cloned, actually. I'm going to get you. What the fuck? Really? Really? You're going to get me? Get me how? What are you going to do? Mr. Perry, what is it you think you're going to do to get me? We've duly noted that for the record. Our judge heard about it. He started laughing. He laughed at you. So if we have an ear to the ground, you're all upset, we're repeating what you just said verbatim, Mr. Perry. Do you not think we have an ear to the ground in a lot of places? You don't know yet what we can and cannot do you? If we have an ear to the ground in a lot of places, I'm going to tell you what the general consensus is. Everyone's sick and tired of you and your little drama thing. Everyone's tired of it. I'm not shitting you. You guys all do the fear and intimidation. If you don't do what I tell you, I'm going to do to you. I'm going to do to you what I did to her. I'll do a false arrest. I'll try to kill you. You'll lose your job. You won't have any money. Threats all the time. So people tell you what you want to hear, so you'll shut up and go away. Why wouldn't they? Nobody likes those negative emotions, fear, anxiety, stress, loss, grieving. And that's all you are. You're the source of that. So nobody likes you. TPD, everybody's frustrated with you. You do what you do. You do whatever the hell you want to do. Everybody does what they do. Everybody chooses for themselves what they're going to do with their time, their money, their talent, God-given talent. And when you just cover up for a bad guy, I'm going to tell you right now, you're pissing people off. It's what people get upset when there's a crime committed. They get even more upset when it looks like that guy's getting away with it. This happened in your jurisdiction. There's a bigger case going on here, and you needed to step up. You just did, and you didn't. You got people hurt. Coming after me is not helping you, is it? Because I'm not the one out committing crimes. Somebody else is. If somebody had put the wrong guy in jail when it was Ted Bundy, the police departments that just let it go and overlooked it or covered it up, at some point they would have to explain what the fuck they let that happen for. Our society is defined by what we do with the monsters in it. You're defined by what you've done with the monsters in Tulsa. So that's your choice. You do what you do. We're not doing that. Nobody has caught the criminal more than I have. This is what I'm about. Right here. This is what I'm about. No one else defines me and who I am. This is what motivates me. That is what I'm about. Everything that's here. My granddad's legacy. And I'm going to tell you something. Chief Miller's legacy was not that he died in a drunk brawl. He died in the line of duty. He deserves that honor. His family, his kids deserve that honor. I'm a little pissed off. I'm the only one stepping up in Tulsa for him. I'm pissed off. He should have had a crowd of cops from Oklahoma in that courtroom defending him and his honor. Mike Neely should have. Both of those two guys, Chief Miller and Mike Neely. And not only was I the only one that stepped up, but Mr. Perry and Mr. Robertson called everybody to make sure I didn't have any money. I went without electricity, had barely any food for a week, took cold showers, and I would do it again. Mr. Perry, you don't mean anything to me. You're a sad little maniac with nothing to define you but your sad little crimes. That's the best you'll ever do. You will never get a date with me. You're a 10-year reject. I moved twice to get away from you. I couldn't make it more clear what I want, and it's not you. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. You don't have any self-control. You don't have any... Your IQ might be 30, maybe. Because I should only have to say something one time, and you get it. I don't like you. You repulse me. Sex perverts repulse even prisoners, Dr. Weck said, when he was talking about Jeff Epstein. I think Jeff Epstein was murdered. Because, in prison, even prisoners are repulsed by sex perverts like that. So if even prisoners are repulsed by sex perverts like Mr. Perry... Because Mr., TPD, you didn't investigate him. You're investigating me all the time. You're missing a lot of very crucial facts, very crucial information, very crucial evidence. The talk the talk behind your back isn't good. If we know what you said, Mr. Perry, if I'm quoting y'all, then we got our ear to the ground in a whole lot of places. You're not respected right now, TPD. I wish you were. No one's making you do what you do. If they are, then you need to tell me, because we'll get on it, won't we? Look what we've done. Look what we're doing. I can't do this by myself. I got to have help. I knew Mr. Neely was drugged. I said it before anybody else said it. It was not on the docket yet. I said it in March 2020. I wrote the Florida State's attorney. You got the wrong guy. Guess what the right guy did? Tried to kill me twice again. Well, I end up dead. What are you going to do? TPD, I'm on the first 48. We caught this one. We closed this murder case. We're really good. You're not. You know my life is under threat all the time. You know it. You know if I end up dead, Charles Perry did it. And Dave Robertson did it. You know that. They always try to find a way to do it, make it not look like they did it. Mr. Perry's been at this a long time. I'm not the first rodeo. If you're a good cop, you would know this is not his first rodeo, because she tried to get a protective order. She sued him 3 times. She keeps telling everybody he's trying to kill me. He's trying to arrange a false arrest. He's trying to take my car. He's trying to starve me into a lie. You've seen me fight him and fight him and fight him and fight him. Kick him off me, beat him off me with a legal stick. You've seen it. Everybody has. So I end up dead. Everybody's going to know he did it. Doesn't matter what happens. It was natural causes. We lucked out. No, Charles, everybody's going to know it was you, and you just found a way to do it where it's hard to prove it was you. But everyone knows it was you. If I end up dead, if I end up missing, it's you. Everyone knows that. You're not going to get me. You can't even fucking get your head out of your ass. Get me. Oh my gosh, wow. He's typing that in my phone nonstop for the last 2 days. Call me. I'm going to get you. Man, we've had to repeat the same thing every fucking day for over half a decade. So there's not a whole lot that you get. You had all these ex parte hearings and you thought nobody would suspect a thing. Now, and you guys keep trying to get me to go back out to the strip club, but you ran off all the money. What's the point? See, you don't get much of anything. I don't even know how you tie your shoe by yourself. I really don't. Do you have Alzheimer's? I sound like a broken record. I don't like you. I don't want anything to do with you. Stop contacting me. You're no different than that little pest. And that guy's, I want to talk to you. Just give me 2 minutes. I want to talk to you. So everybody can read this. This is about my granddad's legacy, defending his legacy. That's what matters to me, Mr. Perry, not you. The Millers and the Neelys matter to me and their legacy, not you. You want to tell everybody what you think and what you want and what you need. I need a lie. I just need you to apologize. Right? You just need me to apologize for what? Not liking a weirdo like you? That's documented here too. You want me to lie? And I said no. The more you ask me after I've said no, I'm very hard-headed. I'm very fuck you. I think I was born with my middle finger up at the world. I'm very, very, very strong, Mr. Perry. When I say no, by God, you better get the fuck off me. Because when I say no and you keep pressuring and you keep pushing and you keep pestering and you keep bothering, all you do is piss me off. All you do is piss me the fuck off. That's it. You're not going to change my mind. You make me mad. That's all you do. So look back over the past 10 years. What are the results for what you're getting? You're going to get me. Ooh. How cute. You think I'm stupid, don't you? You think I'm stupid as you, don't you? You think everybody's stupid like you, and they're not. Because if I can quote you verbatim and you're asking me who told on me, how'd you know that? You're caught beforehand. The McNamara email, the harassment email, the Mike was drugged email. Over and over and over, you're caught before. And if I know that, you don't think my guys have an ear to the ground in a lot of places? People are sick of you. You got leaks because people are sick and tired of you. Icking your slime all over everybody. You're a burden. You're an imposition. You're bothering us. Get off me. You're not going to get me. You've got 10 years of rejection, and that's it. And your crime is more caught than ever. So what is it you want me to apologize for, you sick son of a bitch? You hurt people. You hurt people, and I don't like that. Somebody puts a stop to it because we're defined by the monsters, how we deal with the monsters in our society. We live in a civilized society, Mr. Perry. People don't act like you act. Where's your son right now? Does he have a date? Does he have a girlfriend or a wife? Does he act like you? Does he sit around and do what you do all day? Because I'm pretty sure he's been rejected because we all have, and we all just move on. You're a fail. You need to go find yourself a witch who's just like you and has something in common with you. I'm not that. I don't like you. I have nothing in common with somebody like you. Absolutely nothing. I have disdain for you. You disturb everybody. You need to shut up and go away is what you need to do. Do you want to know what people think? I'm sorry. You want to tell everybody what you think. Listen to what I think. I think you disgust everybody, and you got people leaking because we're all sick and tired of you, and we're all sick and tired of the repeat, and we're all sick and tired of your threats. We're all sick and tired of your harassment. We're all sick and tired of the bullshit, the murder, the peeper rape, the invasion of privacy, the pestering, and the pestering, and the pestering, and the pestering. You're gonna get me. Ooh. Wow. You're off your nut. You're completely off your nut. You're not even in my league. You're not even in my league. You're a fail. I don't like you. The fantasy in your head is all in your head. It doesn't exist to me at all. I am disgusted by you. I'm disgusted with you. I'm embarrassed by you. I'm embarrassed for you. And it has been that way for a decade. And I'm sick and tired of repeating the same thing. And the more you pressure me, and the more you try to take my money, and the more you cause drama, and the more you contact me, and the more you invade my privacy, the more recordings of you trying to hurt me we get. You need to shut up and listen to what everybody else thinks, because you have talked and threatened and harassed and talked and bothered and threatened and harassed, and everybody's sick of it. I'm not going to apologize. I'm sorry you're stupid. I'm sorry you're a criminal. I'm sorry you're disturbed and didn't get help when you were young. You've done this all your life. You've done it all your life. My guy said, we got information from one of his family members. The guy said, Charles has always been a weirdo. I laughed. I couldn't stand being around it, even when he was a little kid. I had hoped he'd grown out of it. I'm very sorry to hear he has not. I wouldn't have anything to do with him. He was creepy even as a little kid. He's just a weird little kid. Everybody just wanted a normal kid. And he wouldn't just fucking be normal. Still can't be normal. He still can't do it. If you have John Wright, the criminologist, unfortunately, he was trying to identify a sect of an ethnic group and trying to figure out crime causation. And he said they don't have any executive functions. They're failing to act appropriately according to social norms. Low IQ and no self-control. While I disagree with the identity of that sect, I do agree that that does define criminals. Because everybody else can be normal and you can't. And if you can't figure out that everybody's sick and tired of you talking, and shut up and listen to how you've made everybody else feel, and that when you women don't like that, it's a turnoff. That's why all guys don't do it. And you can't follow social norms, and you start killing people to cover up your people problem, and your stalker problem, and you're creepy. You don't have an IQ. I have to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over, that most people never have to be told, Mr. Perry. And you have no self-control to just go be normal. Go work. Now, everybody's questioning where you live. You're in Oklahoma too much. You might have a residency in Oklahoma, not Texas. You may have abandoned your residency in Texas. You're going to have to provide an alibi in our court. You might have bought other judges, not this one. Not this one. I filed the 12-1031, by the way. It's filed. So we heard last night, somebody was like, I thought, I kind of looked that over. How you got that? How you got it? I don't know. Not by any legal means. I looked it over and I was thinking at first that's not her best work. But then as I got to looking at it, it's actually got a pretty strategic thing there. I'm not going to get into what the guy said. But he analyzed the strategy of what I did, and he was correct. He was correct. Mr. Perry, when I say don't contact me, you make my skin crawl. You're pissing me off. You're not going to get shit. You're going to get your teeth kicked out. Literally, if you come near me physically, metaphorically, with the legal stick. You're going to jail. When you're in jail, you can't peep on me anymore. You can't contact me ever again. You can't pester me ever again. You can't bother me. I'll never be broke again. Ever. I will never be broke again. You can't cause drama and anxiety and stress and problems. You'll be gone. You'll be locked up where you need to be. Because you don't have any self-control. And we can have peace. So what do you think we all want? Because we're sick of you. And I've made that very clear. You don't listen. You always want to shove down our throats what you feel, what you need, what you think. I mean, yeah, your little whiny act, drama queen thing. No one cares. You aren't asked. Where are you? You need to listen to us. We're sick of you. Leave us alone. Leave us the fuck alone. Because actually, what it is you are that guy right there and no different. You're pathetic. You're a sad little maniac with nothing to define you but your sad little fucked up crime. Even prisoners are repulsed by sex perverts like you. So if even prisoners are repulsed by you, what makes you think I would ever like you? You do the same thing every day that makes me not like you. I wouldn't go out with a criminal. I wouldn't go out with a serial killer. I wouldn't go out with a voyeur. I wouldn't go out with a hacker. I wouldn't go out with a butt-in. I wouldn't go out with a pathetic little fool like you. Go find a witch. You have a whole lot more in common with somebody like that than you ever would me. TPD, listen. I didn't come here to pick a fight with you. Why the hell would I do that? I didn't come up here to pick a fight with David Robertson or anybody. I came here to get away from one. I came here to get away from one. Once I put it out that I knew Mike Neely was drugged and didn't do it. How do you beat somebody to death and have nothing on you? Internal decapitation. Blunt force trauma to the head. Extensive damage over the head, neck, and face. How the fuck do you do that and have nothing on you? Read the arrest report. Read the docket like I did. How do you do that? You can't do that. I'm telling the Florida State's attorney in March 2020. He didn't do it. He was drugged. Sure enough, that's confirmed in the depositions of May. They weren't even on the docket till like June or July. We're not going to slow down for you. You need to keep up with us. I'm going to tell you this right now. If I quote what y'all say, I'm not talking to TPD right now, but I don't know if I've quoted TPD. I didn't know that. What I do know is I've quoted, except for the Captain Gimpy thing, what I do know is I've quoted Charles Perry and David Robertson and Matthew Powell and Josh Burson and Joe Chadwick when they're trying to commit a crime against me. beforehand. I know it beforehand. So then that gives me the I told you so factor. So, TPD, I didn't come here to pick a fight with you, but you need to keep up with us. And if I'm telling everybody what everybody just said, then and I can't do that by myself. My guys have their ear to the ground in a whole lot of places, and everybody's frustrated with you. People get upset about crime, but they get even more upset when it looks like the bad guy gets away with it. And my guys will get him or you get him. I'd recommend you get him. We're all sick of this. There's a loss of respect. There's a loss of respect. Because there's a dead chief of police. His family deserves to know he was not killed in a drunk brawl. He was killed in the line of duty trying to protect me. They just took a police report 6 days before, in which we all said, we don't know who did it. Likely it's them. I don't know anybody that weirdo to just put shit in my trunk just so I know they can get my car. That's what that was. But that's not for sure. Likely, it's not for sure. There has to be an investigation to confirm or rule it out, right? But they didn't get to have one because you obstructed justice for the second time, Mr. Perry. When you kill a cop to cover up your crime, you're going to get cops all pissed off at you. But what's worse is that if there had been an obstruction of justice case on the first one, the January 21st, 2016 complaint that was filed, Chief Miller would be alive right now. What if that was your family? Charles, shut up and go away. Shut the fuck up and get out. You aren't gonna get me. Shut the hell up and get away from me. I want to know the answer to the question, how many times were you told on before you met me? How many times after? How many times was your crime caught before you met me? And how many after? And why might that be, genius? We're all tired of the repeat. We're all tired of you bothering. We're all tired of you. And when you're in jail, we don't have to put up with it anymore. So what do you think we all want? Go find yourself a witch. That's your thing. Leave me alone.